welcome back, world, to another episode of the Hollywood Kippax podcast. I'm your co-host with the co-host, Alex Miller. Joined me faithfully, as always, is Will Lopez. Will, what the fuck just happened?
I don't know, man. What the hell was that all about right now?
I don't know, man. This weekend, like, what just happened? Did lightning strike twice? Did
Um,
did we really just get those two big ass gifts just delivered
we
to us, gift wrapped to us on the same weekend? That really just happened?
last episode, we said 2 episodes ago, we said we need to win this game and pray for a miracle. And by God, we got it, brother.
Waiting on a miracle.
Oh my God, waiting on a miracle to come. I've been waiting.
Waiting. Oh my
You're
god,
full.
dude.
You're full for that one.
Yeah. But man, just like what a great result City got this weekend against Luton Town. And then with the two results from Sunday, just the way things how way the Premier League race has just totally shifted on its head.
For real.
We could just like get right into it. So, Will, what were your thoughts about that Luton Town result?
Man, I feel like everybody that gets a little bit of some stick in our podcast, like Jeremy Doku, Kovacic, and Gavardiol, those guys all scored, dude. So they have to be listening to the podcast because
Yeah,
I've had a couple of words to say about these guys this season, and people think that I'm going way too hard on these players. It's this is what we call criticism, constructive criticism. You know what I mean? I'm not shitting on our guys. I love our team. It's just some performances need to, I'm pretty sure they didn't just hear it from the Hollywood Kipbacks. Pretty sure they heard it from Gavardio and some other fucking guys that are not delusional. You know what I mean? So today, what was it? This weekend, Doku filled some fucking big ass pants, brother. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
You filled them
And
out.
holy shit. And Gavardio is like, hey, Will, shut the fuck up. Let me cook. You know what I mean? So big ups to them, dude. I can't believe it. That was a beautiful performance.
Yeah. That's what I want to see from Doku every
Mm-hmm.
goddamn game. If
Mm-hmm.
he has that cut moves, I want him seeing cutting through at least 2 or 3 defenders and scoring a goal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the Bournemouth game way back in the fall really was like his opening
Fallout.
curtain. You know what I mean? Like his opening curtain. You know what I mean? Like his the opening act, and he did really well in
Yeah.
that game. And then that's where the hype was generated a lot from him. You know what I mean? The buzz for
Yeah.
Doku. And then, we've had a lot of choice words on this podcast about his performances and
Mm-hmm.
that he's like this one trick pony and his cuts were easily predictable by opponents. And he just wasn't able to recreate that magic that was experienced in that Bournemouth game. But
Yep.
then this Luton Town game, we saw it like we saw in the Bournemouth game. You know what I mean? We see how that agility can, help him carve out defenses, get one right in the best spot. You know what I mean? And getting a goal and assist and get a man of the match. Like that's the Doku that I think could be every game if he continues to mature and continues to just develop his game and use those abilities to his advantage instead of just being super predictable. You know what I mean? With like
Yeah.
those cuts that we've seen from him in the past. But I mean,
Yes.
you're not going to hear a disparaging word from us about Doku this podcast.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, absolutely not. Same thing with Gavardiol. Once again, Gavardiol continues to cook, man. That was just such a great shot. And of all games, it had to be both Croatian players scoring in the same game. Kovacic and Gavardiol both scored. Skip, you know what I mean? Like, I maybe get my Adidas tracksuits on and just start squatting
Nice.
and going really fast in my Lada, my reliable Soviet vehicle. This was a there's just so many things to talk about in this game, but we could start from the beginning, you know what I'm saying?
Let's
So
get it.
if you were not watching the game, let me pull up the highlights. The opening silo was, I believe, I'm just pulling up the highlights. To get this up.
Smack to the face.
The smack to the face, the own goal. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was like, wait,
Yeah.
was that the first thing? I thought it was.
Yeah.
Oh, no, okay. So opening minutes, own goal from Halan does an off of the Heezy with Hashioka,
Oh yeah.
and then it scores. Hashioka is a Japanese international, and
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, it had to be his face to redirect it into the goal. Not a good way to go down, but hey, took it like a champ. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then otherwise, pretty quiet first half. Quiet first half, nothing else going. Then we're going to the second half. Kovacic scores 64th minute, assisted by Mr. Doku. And then
Mm-hmm.
who else? Look at the scoreline. And then Doku got a penalty got a penalty in the box. Halan converts
Mm-hmm.
on that penalty in the 76th minute. Luton Town gets a goal back in the 81st minute. And then let's see. Then Doku scores in the 87th minute, and then Gavardiol scores in the 90 plus third minute. We got a guest from Mr. Ipkiss who's going to be joining us right now on this podcast.
Whoa, the prodigal
Whoa, whoa,
son.
whoa! Look who it is! It's Mr. Ipkiss. Say something for the listeners, Ipkiss.
With the greatest audio as always.
I just wanted to say hi, guys. I love you a lot.
There he is.
Surprise on this podcast. Ipkiss, were you watching the game?
Yeah, I was
Luton
watching
Town
the
game?
highlights of the fix earlier, but I just want to say the West Side girls get all the fun, and the East Side boys too.
Yeah, let's do it, dude.
Fuck.
He's referencing my one hit wonder song,
Ooh,
West Side Girls. That was a minor hit in the circles that I run in.
really?
Yeah,
I
because we're
gotta
all
hear that.
musicians on this podcast. Yeah. So there's Maggie. What's going was good. And then
we
uh
dropped glass on the floor.
George dropped a cup on the floor.
Hey.
damn, taking L's at Ipkiss, but not on this podcast. But because we had a good weekend. So yeah, so we can continue. So Will, what are your thoughts about City's form in this match?
Okay, so beautiful performance by everybody. Jeremy Doku balled out, but I mean, can we expect them? I know, and I know it's too much to ask for, but we need to find performances like this against the top four. You know what I mean? Luton Town being really bottom of the table. It was impressive. Everybody locked in, but we need that shit, like you said, every week. You know, and I know it's a lot to ask for, but goddamn, they were so locked in that we need to see this again. You know, this squad was a pep special, and congratulations to the guy that got the squad right. Last
Kunaj.
episode, yes, last episode I said if you got the squad to the T, we would buy you a T. So congratulations to Ball is Life, and his name is what?
Kunaj.
Kunash.
Kunaj from Virginia.
Kunash from Virginia. Congratulations.
Yeah, so he is the first lineup prophet. And we'll let you know when we do another lineup profit giveaway. We might be doing it soon. I just think that vibing it out, it's just whenever we think we're going to get a pep special this game, we'll just be like, hey, profit, lineup profit, guess it, you win a t-shirt, and that person, Kunash, will be getting a t-shirt. He'll be getting Kunal, sorry, he's just joined the pause. What's going on, Kunal? Balls live. Sorry, that's Kunal.
Okay.
Sorry. So yeah, so he'll be getting the I plead the fifth with the trophies across it, the silhouetted trophies. Yeah. So
yeah. Hey, and a lot of people entered this competition, and a lot of people were off by just one player.
Yeah.
And Kunal fucking killed it. I woke up and I looked at it and I was like, holy crap, he got the whole thing. I was like, oh shit, okay, awesome.
I think the key pick was Alvarez.
Yeah.
Yeah, that because people were not expecting Alvarez to be in the lineup, but that one thing was what got him the W. Kunal in the chat says he is nervous for Wednesday. We're going to be talking about the Real Madrid preview here in a minute, Will. But what's your initial thoughts about Real Madrid?
It's an ass whoop, man. We're a powerhouse at the Etihad, so I'm really excited about what's gonna happen, dude. And I'm confident that we will take off with the result.
I mean, with anything like these matches, you do feel a bit nervous, but I think with the position that we're in, that we've been in this situation before, and we know the outcome similarly from last year, I'm confident that we can get this result, and we'll be talking about that here in a minute. But as you mentioned just earlier, Jimmy Doku gets the Man of the Match award, and I mean, my reaction to the game was different. I mean, obviously, it was no one got killed in South Central LA. Today was a
Today
good
was a
day.
good day.
You know what I mean? so it was a good day, and then Sunday made it a good weekend. So I think really my reaction to the Luton Town result is, with what happened on Sunday, right, and the fact that Liverpool dropped to Crystal Palace at home 1-0, and then Arsenal dropped at home to Aston Villa 2-0. Which was both things that we needed to happen in this title race. So, Will, were you watching any of these matches?
I was not. I woke up and I was like, "Oh shit, the games!" And it was about 10:45 when I woke up, and I saw both results, and I could not believe my stars. I was like, "Holy crap!" This is Liverpool's third bad result in a row. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And holy shit! And we did a post where we had a Hank Hill with fire in his eyes, going "Bah!" You know what I mean? And fucking seeing the form of his team. What's going on right now? You know what I mean? Like, holy crap! They were in front of the race, and now they're 2 points behind.
Yeah. And we got Treasure Troller in the chat, and he says, "How about that Palace?" Well, how about that Palace, Treasure Troller? Welcome back to the show. But Treasure Troller might be a prophet. You know what I mean? He comes on this podcast and starts harping on about his team, Crystal Palace, and then Crystal Palace goes away. And I think he even mentioned in the chat that Crystal Palace was going to get the result against Liverpool, if I'm not mistaken, from the last chat. So
Maybe troll. What's his name? Troll what?
treasure, like treasure chest, Treasure Troller.
Treasure Troller should should change his name to the Troracle.
The Trollicle.
The Troracle. Yeah, there you go. Like the
Yeah.
Oracle and the Troll. Because damn, dude, that was a good call on that guy.
Maybe he was the guy that jumped in on that IG live stream one time and said, "Oh, go Holland!" 20
Oh
minutes
my
before
god,
the
remember
Holland.
that?
Yeah, when some rogue guy just like guessed a Holland goal like 20 minutes before it
Way
even
ahead of
happened.
everybody.
Yeah, way ahead of everyone. You know what I'm
Holy
saying? Like,
shit,
but
that's
welcome
true.
back, Trollicle. You called it. We already call him the
Yes.
Trollicle.
The Troracle.
The Trollicle, Treasure Troller. Made big money betting on Palace. Let's drop the bet. How much you win, Treasure Troller? We're curious to
Ooh,
know.
I
Our
love
man's a betting
bets.
man.
Yes,
And
sir.
we got a betting man over here. Over here.
I'm the guy. But yeah, no, whoever betted on the Crystal Palace, it had to be at least 8 times to maybe 7 times your money, dude. Because nobody expected that result. And
Treasure
I
Troller.
guess,
Treasure
uh-huh.
Troller made $1,200.
Ooh, so he must have put $100 on it. Because
Damn.
either 100 to maybe 200, who knows? But congratulations, brother.
Can we show that?
You can buy us a drink.
Yeah. So show. So Treasure Troller, we're highlighting the comments. He bet $100 on Crystal Palace to win, and he
Yep.
got $1,200. But then George in the chat
Nice.
says, "How about that Chelsea though? Chelsea, I've never heard of her.
Chelsea, I hardly knew her.
Hardly knew her,
Hey.
dude."
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be seeing you, George, this Saturday, FA Cup semifinal.
Oh.
This Saturday.
Oh
We'll be
yeah,
talking
that's
about
right.
that.
Ass whoop time.
Damn it, we forgot to invite him on the podcast again because we were going to be previewing it.
Well, aren't we podcasting on Wednesday night?
Yeah.
After the
Okay.
game?
Yeah. Let's do that. We'll have George on this podcast. We'll have George on the podcast on Wednesday. So George, message
Yes.
us. We'll have you on our reaction
It should be good.
to preview that because we got a lot to get into. There's plenty of stuff to get
Yes.
into. Chat is blowing up. We got Patrick Hawley from Sydney Blues back. The league could be done by the time Spurs comes around.
Nice.
Yeah, the tough Balls Life saying Spurs away is going to be our biggest challenge. And then Danny Daniels saying we get the script every year just because we get overshadowed, let the run as far, titles in our hands. So Danny Daniels, very confident. We'll hit you up, George. But so that is okay. Well, first of all, I want to talk a little bit more about what happened, why Liverpool and Arsenal dropped. So we got to take it case by case, right? So Liverpool, you're watching this game, Will, no, or
No,
you're watching
sir.
the highlights?
No, sir.
Okay. So I was here. Well, I mean, I cut the last part of this game, but I've been watching a lot of Liverpool because my girlfriend is a Liverpool fan, and I just think this is what I think about the Liverpool squad and why they are not title contenders. They're going to drop. Okay, I mean, I just think like the squad that they currently have is not it. They're relying on a lot of young players because a lot of players were injured, like Connor Bradley and Harvey Elliott, to get these jobs done and perform big games, and they did. I mean, obviously they beat who's it? They beat Chelsea or in the League Cup. You know what I mean? Like they got these results in, but they're just too young. You know what I mean? They have been dealing with a lot of injuries. But like just with the way the squad has been playing, I mean, and it comes down to like finishing, right? Like I think everyone knows Darwin Nunez is terrible at finishing, and I've been saying this too, that like why don't they start Gakpo instead of Nunez? You know what I mean? Because Gakpo is typically a second half sub. Like Klopp has this second half rotation where he subs on a lot of people in the second half, like people who can like get the job done or get an extra goal. And Gakpo has been that reliable like super sub to get a goal when they need it in the second half. But like, what can you do really when you have your starting striker can't finish? You know what I mean, or can't get a chance done? Like, why would you just you should just like start Gakpo? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. No, you're absolutely right because the past 3 games that I've watched, which were their bad results, I mean, Cody Gakpo did start about 2 games, but I mean, it's just Darwin is not consistent. You're not gonna always get what you need from him. And yeah, you're right. Harvey Elliott is good, but like I said, this is not the when you're not playing Salah in the Europa, and then you throw him in the second and doesn't do shit. You lose. What was it? That was a tie. What was it? Was it a tie? I can't remember. But anyways, you lose the next game. There's something going wrong. You know what I mean? And you still have what 6 more games to go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is it. I have nothing else to say but that we're gonna take off with a nice little golden title. I'm confident. I'm confident, brother. I'm calling it right now. I'm confident.
I mean, but I'm also saying this too. It's kind of a similar issue with Arsenal. I mean, we're obviously talking about Arsenal that has a mentality issue because obviously they're known as the bottle jobs, right? Whenever you get called a bottle job, that's a
Yeah.
mentality issue. And I think Arteta's not good at coaching mindset. You know what I mean? He's a micromanager. He micromanages players, and he like the way he like conducts himself when it comes to like post-game conferences. He goes after players, you know what I mean, instead of being like what typical coaches do, which they just like they name like other issues besides like individual player performances as to why they couldn't win, you know what I mean? But he like goes after players. I just don't think he's good at coaching mindset like Pep does. Like Pep is a seasoned champion. He knows, he's been on the big stages, he's won on the big stages, and he understands how to like delegate authority, when to involve himself, when to leave out, you know what I mean? And I think he also does a good job of coaching players because you see how all of our players conduct themselves like on and off the pitch, right? Like we don't really have too many issues with players like say like, I mean, outside of like maybe Kyle Walker, who has like some stuff off the field, but like when they're in the press conferences, they're confident in themselves, they have a good mentality, and you can see that on the pitch. Like, and I just don't think
They're professionals.
I also don't think Arteta is good at coaching that. As you can see, Arsenal is prone to drop because they just are too emotional. You know what I mean? Also, one thing too, I think Gabriel Jesus is just Gabriel Jesusing. You know what I mean? Like he's just being super unreliable. And I always maintain this, that we need to get rid of Zinchenko, Jesus, and Raheem Sterling in order to win the treble. Like we had to offload those players in order to win the treble. Maybe Zinchenko, I would have been okay if he stayed or not, but Jesus and Raheem Sterling, I just like they're just unreliable. Raheem Sterling, just doesn't show up in big games, and then Jesus was unreliable as a backup striker. You know know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. So yeah. So anything else to add, Will, before we move on?
Just keep it up, man. Hey, Jeremy Doku, with the moves that are predictable, they fucking worked out for him. And that fucking first goal he got, where he cut like this little fox cut, and then finished the goal. Damn, that was fucking impressive, brother. You know, it's scoring a penalty. Kovacic with the one timer. Gavardio with the fucking nice curler. Doku with his agility and his cuts. Everything worked out. If we go with the top 11 big dicks, the squad that we saw against Luton Town would be our bench coming off to fucking finish the game. That's the squad that I would want to finish the game when everyone's tired. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean that's the second half squad, second half substitutions, right?
Right? And they
So
played a whole 90, dude, and they fucking killed it.
yeah. Um someone mentioned Spurs away. And I think I want to talk about that a little bit because all the big three, the three contenders right now have to play Spurs at some point in the next 6 games, and that's definitely
Mm.
going to be a banana peel, right? For could be a banana peel for each of those 3 teams. So I believe Liverpool plays them at home, Arsenal plays them away, and then we play them away. So um, right now, Spurs are fighting for Champions League football, and I believe the top 5 spots are qualified for Champions League, so they only need to be in the top 5. Okay,
Yes, top
so
five. Yeah.
they're fighting for their prospects for next season. So um, we play them in the second to last game of the season, and I've been talking to my twin brother who's a Spurs fan and our friend who's a Spurs fan. We have a group chat, and what I'm hearing from Spurs fans is their allegiances are definitely not with Liverpool or Arsenal to win the league. You know what I mean? They do not want to see Liverpool or Arsenal win the league. So, and those 2 games they have to play them sooner than later. So they have to, they're going to show up for those matches, right? But then we play them the second last season. So what the mentality is with Spurs fans right now is secure Champions League football, and then play the under-19s team against us, so that to ensure that we win and Arsenal doesn't win the league. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
we got Spurs fans in our back pocket. The Spurs fans are the cavalry. That's what I'm trying to say on this podcast.
Oh shit. And right now, I mean, with the games that we have left, it's up to us, dude. We're up 2 points no matter what. If they win, next game will be up 2 points. The other guys win, we're up 2 points. We have it in our pocket, and I mean, we just need to keep winning, and that's it. The title's ours. I mean, wouldn't you agree?
I mean, yeah. I still think Spurs away, depending on how you slice and dice it, is going to be a challenge. But I
For all
honestly,
three?
yeah, I think what I've been meaning to say, I think, is City is locking into the same kind of form that I saw them last year at this time. Like I remember the moment when we locked into the treble winning form. Like you could just sense it. Like we will not lose. Like we locked into a form. It's like we can't lose. That's it. We're at the exact same point, and a lot of that last year was attributed to, in my opinion, to Gundogan. How good
Mm-hmm.
Gundogan became at that last part, and how the
Oh
team kind
yeah,
of coalesced around Gundogan. But I think
yeah.
this time around, it's coalescing around Phil Foden. Phil
Mm-hmm.
Foden is the main piece that's driving us to our second treble winning form. It's all around Foden right now. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So that's what I was trying to say. That we're locked. That's why I feel confident about this Real Madrid game, because we're locking to that form. We're at home. I don't see us dropping this game. You know what I mean? With the current form that we're in, we're not going to do that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we're not the Man City of like 3-4 years ago where we could do that. You know what I mean? Like, like whenever they score first, we just get utterly dejected and we don't play it the same way. But we're a completely different City squad, as we could see from last year, and this year I think we had that same mentality. I don't think we're going to drop this next coming game.
Mm-mm. Oh
Yeah,
hell no. And especially right now, since we're sharpening both our tools, and by that I mean like the strike. I mean the starters and the bench. Like as long as we keep everybody active and in shape and in form, dude. Oh man, we got nothing to worry about. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Because from what I know, I don't think Arsenal really uses a lot of their bench other than Trossard and that's pretty
Martinelli.
much it, dude. Martinelli sometimes is mostly a starter on the left, right?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But they're so young that that's all they got is the starting lineup and maybe, like I said, maybe a good Trossard or somebody else on the bench. And Liverpool again, that's not the same fucking squad as last year. So I just like the way we look, brother. And you're right, we're exactly where we were last season.
so we got the Bella cam on. We have Bella on the podcast. Bella, welcome to the
Oh,
podcast.
welcome to the podcast, Bella.
I think because you're not, I don't have you on volume. Like I don't have you can't talk, but Bella's just gonna be. It's like Subway Surfers. Like like the podcast, the people listening can look at Bella while we talk about Man City stuff.
There you
You know
go.
what I mean?
Yes, there
so
you go.
so anyhow, um, we can get into some city news because there's some interesting city news to get into that we can get into. Will, are you having FOMO over Cole Palmer?
Seriously, dude, that guy's fucking killing it, huh?
Yeah.
Fucking guy. Yeah, man,
So,
for real.
so Chelsea. Let me see. I know they play. Who they play again this weekend? Chelsea. They played
The big
Everton,
dicks. Oh, I thought
and
you were talking about the other game.
Cole Palmer scored 4 goals. One was a penalty. The other was 3 goals, right? But a lot of
Four
City fans.
goals.
He scored 4 goals. The final score was 6-0, but Palmer scored 4 goals.
Ah, no wonder George is walking around with his chest out. Okay, that makes sense. All right,
Yeah.
cool, cool, cool. Keep going.
Okay. But what I asked you was, do you have FOMO about Cole Palmer? Us losing Cole Palmer this season?
Uh, I mean, the guy wanted time, right? And we could use him, but not really. So I guess not really. So it's you got to look at it. I don't know. Well, I mean, what is your FOMO opinion?
I don't have FOMO. I was asking if you
No.
had FOMO. No, I don't have FOMO. But a lot of City fans are having FOMO about Cole Palmer, obviously because he's been scoring goals left and right for Chelsea. And I think
Yeah.
a lot of people are looking at that and being like, what if he was still in our squad and how that could have helped us this season. Um, I don't know. I just think hindsight's 2020, man. You can Monday morning quarterback this thing all you want. But I mean, I think losing Cole Palmer was just an unfortunate situation at the beginning of the season. We had a selection headache and like we had to offload one player at least, you know what I'm saying? Like someone had to go and and Cole Palmer was that
He wanted
guy
game time.
and he wanted more game time. Pep couldn't give it to him and he just was like, all right, then you can leave. And Cole Palmer did. But I think so. Here's what I've been trying to explain the situation. Like, and no one's been following me on this, but maybe you can follow me, Will. Okay, so
Let's see.
what we did to Cole Palmer. So, like, think of it like this: Cole Palmer is the oldest child of the family. You know what I mean? The firstborn
Okay.
child. Man City are the parents, and Man City made some parenting mistakes, right? They might
Yes.
have done some shitty things and kind of screwed up this child. You know what I mean? And the child had to leave home, you know what I mean? Like screw you, dad. And he left home. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
now the son is performing, it's going out doing great things. And the city it's like, you know what? And the city as the parents are like, you know what, we're not going to do the same. So what we're going to do is we're going to sign Oscar Bob to an extended contract because that's a potential situation similar to Cole Palmer situation. If you don't sign him, like he can just walk out the door to another club, kill it over there, and we lost Oscar Bob. So the contract that I think could have been offered to Cole Palmer was offered to Oscar Bob instead, and I think that's still a smart move by City to secure Oscar Bob because I think Oscar Bob is a superstar in weight,
Yeah.
but it's unfortunate that Cole Palmer is um what do you call just the consequence of that whole situation, you know what I mean, like him leaving, you know what I mean, like
Yeah,
obviously
yeah.
But like, I mean, I don't think you can honestly have FOMO about the situation. Um, just it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you wish you could have stayed, but I think City are still have locked into a form now that they're unbeatable, and I still think they're going to go on the run that I think they're going to go on and win the next thingy, double thingy. You know what I'm saying?
The double
And
thing. Yep.
double thingy, and we're going. So like losing Cole Palmer, isn't. I don't think people should lament losing Cole Palmer. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, the way he's performing, it was the same way when he played with us. So let him be. The guy's getting his game time and he's shining right now. And in a team full of stars, everybody shares the shine, but I don't think he wanted to share it, and he wanted the time. So now he gets his own star. Let him be. Let him be. I can't wait to see what he does next season.
So here's I think another situation that's a brewing with the club, and what we could talk about is there's been a lot of transfer rumors about Jamal Musiala moving to the club from Bayern.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some
Mm-hmm.
cooking. Ipkiss, you can speak if you would like. So like,
Uh-huh.
but so what do you think about that? Well, have you been tracking those rumors?
Hell yeah, dude. I didn't I when Musiala barely started playing in the first team for Bayern, I was like, oh, this kid sucks. He's trying too hard. He was too wild. And it's been maybe about 2 seasons now, and the guy fucking kills it, dude. Really good ball control, really good vision. Oh, dude, if he comes to us, that it's we're talking like he's quality up there with Phil Foden, brother. And I'm not saying like in goals and stuff, but when it comes to skill and technique and all that, that's such a good pickup if we get him. And the kid is young, dude.
Yeah. Honestly, I think depending on how we pick up Jamal Musiala and how we play him, I think he could be a very logical replacement for Bernardo Silva. 'Cause I think Bernardo Silva is going to be one of the players that walks out the door at the end of the season.
Oh
I
yeah,
think we don't
oh yeah,
have him for next season, and Jamal Musiala will be someone that could play on the right. He occasionally plays on the right at Bayern. He does. I think he typically plays on left or plays behind striker. But if we could somehow train him to be on the right hand side and replace Bernardo Silva, I think that could be a logical replacement. But like one of my other concerns though is that if we pick up Jamal Musiala, who's going to the question is who's going to lose game time? And I think obviously, I think a lot of City fans are starting to realize that, and even Pep is that the next team is going to be built around Phil Foden, and everyone else is going to be built around him. You know what I mean? Kind of like how this is the point that Jimmy Carragher raised, and he's a Scouser, but I think he raised an interesting point that like in the past, like before the pandemic, it was that Aguero's team, David Silva's team. That was built. He was built around. Now, then there was the Gundogan team, the team that everyone was built around Gundogan, and then now you're getting Phil Foden's team, and
yeah,
Phil Foden has to be the centerpiece of what you build around for future transfer windows, right? Like summer transfer window, like Phil Foden's your centerpiece, build around Phil Foden. But I think bringing in Jamal Musiala might, like who's going to be the person that gets a lot of game time sacrifice. I think that might be Oscar Bob. You know what I mean? Like, do we go for Jamal Musiala, or do we get let Oscar Bob step up and be that player, right? So
yeah,
I feel like that's an option you have. You know what I mean? Like get Jamal Musiala, great player, but cut Bob's playing time, or just let Bob step up into that role. And I think I'm leaning towards let Bob play more and let him step into that role and let him become who we think he's going to become because we signed him to a long-term contract deal. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. I mean, you, you can't make that. You can't make more than one Phil Foden. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
there's only one.
you know, and to expect Oscar Bob's a good player, dude. You know what I mean? But to expect him to fucking stay and then have the rumor of this great starter coming to England from Bayern is it's kind of it's crazy, bro. You know what I mean? Because if he does leave, if Oscar Bob leaves, he's gonna go to a dope ass team, like maybe a AC Milan or maybe a fucking a Juve or something like that. So if Musiala comes, the fact that all those names together are playing is insane. Jack Grealish, Erling Haaland, Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden, Jamal Musiala. Dude, that's a fucking star team, brother.
Yeah,
That's all those names playing together on the same fucking pitch is fucking insane to me, dude. That sounds. And then Claudio Echeverri. Oh man, what are
and
we doing
Savio.
here? And so this is insane, brother. What we're doing for next season is gonna be stupid. It's gonna
Yeah,
be ridiculous, bro. Oh man, I'm excited, bro. That's a good thing we talked about this because and let's say Jamal Musiala doesn't come, who cares? We still got Oscar Bob.
yeah.
So it all depends how you see it.
To not to throw water on the fire, but it does seem like that Musiala is like wants to re-sign with Bayern. That's the follow up post of that was that he it's looking like he'll probably sign with Bayern, right? So uh, but here's some other players that have been thrown around a bit. We have talked about them a little bit on this podcast, but I think this is a definite must sign for next summer, and this is Jeremy Frimpong from
Yep.
Bayer Leverkusen
I knew you were gonna say that.
is the most logical, obvious, best replacement for Kyle Walker.
Oh yeah.
This is the player that I would be going after like a mofo if I was the footballing director of Man City. You know what I mean? I'd be going
Yeah.
after Frimpong for sure. Frimpong is a definite must sign for the summertime to replace Kyle Walker. I've seen this name getting bandied about too. Pedro Neto from Wolves.
Oh, the
Another,
Wolves.
yeah. And also, I think a name that's becoming more and more prominent, I think can more
Paqueta.
likely come to pass is Lucas Paqueta. What do you think about
Yeah.
that, Will?
Oh, those will be. I mean, we're going for a lot of short, fast players. You know what I mean? And I think Paqueta would be the number one that I want mostly because that'll be a fucking great, 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 great partner or sub for Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah. There was a post somewhere on Twitter, and I think Paqueta kind of had some tempers flare over the weekend, and he just kind of manhandled a player, and some city account was like kind of lambasting him for having an attitude problem. I mean, I haven't seen a
Hmm.
lot of Lucas Paqueta, and I've seen that he's obviously a good player, but I think uh, I mean, just saying that he might be having an attitude problem. That's what Twitter was telling me. So but that says maybe, you know what I mean? He did have that betting issue, you know what I mean?
Nice.
That got sorted out. And then but Omar '07 says bring Frimpong back home, which I forgot to mention Frimpong is a city product. So
Really?
yeah,
Hey, and he's a newly Bundesliga champion.
yeah, because Bayer Leverkusen
Yeah.
is Bundesliga champions. Way to knock out Bayern. That's a round of applause right there. Knock Bayern. Way to make the league interesting again, finally. And it
Yes,
looks like
for
Xabi
real.
Alonso is to stay at Bayer Leverkusen to make Bayer Leverkusen a Bundesliga dynasty. So that kind of leaves who's going to succeed um, Klopp at Liverpool a question mark. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
letting Ipkiss back on. All right. So with the shades, Ipkiss, you're on
You
Hollywood
hear me?
Kippax.
No, they're like some new shades for light, and especially me and Fix were recording today. My eyes are destroyed, so they're like migraine glasses.
Oh, okay.
But I look
That
cool,
That's
time.
right?
funny.
But they're cool,
Yeah,
right?
Fear and
They're
loathing.
cool. Oh, they're cool. All
that's
right.
funny.
So yeah, so that's transfer targets for now.
Yeah,
City have a clean bill of health ahead of the second leg versus Real Madrid. Will, how important is that?
super important. Super important because we get the big digs starting the big starting 11 against this team Real Madrid on Wednesday, and it's fucking big because we need the result. We need this result to go on and fucking meet up the winner out of Arsenal and Bayern.
Danny Daniels says Frimpong stopped Kane to clinch the silverware for the Bundesliga silverware. Frimpong clamped Kane. That dude is Kane's a cursed dude. He just
Oh yeah, he Jack Harry Kane for a title again.
yeah.
Holy shit, dude! I never thought of that.
Yeah. That dude, Kane is just cursed, man. That dude just cannot catch a break when it comes to winning silverware. You know what I mean?
Well, at least he got to see the Champions League.
Well, he's still in the Champions League, but we all know how that's going to
But
go.
now with Tottenham, shit.
Yeah, he did see a Champions League final with Tottenham, but
Let's not bring that up, man.
yeah, that's too recent.
Come on, what are we doing here?
Yeah, too recent, man. Too soon. All
soon.
right, so now we can get into the Grizzly part of this podcast. Well, not Grizzly. Why did I even use that adjective? But like the meat of this podcast, right? Which is previewing Real Madrid's second leg on Wednesday. The big kahuna, the Catalina wine mixer. We got
the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
The Catalina wine mixer.
Yeah.
The second leg, Real Madrid. Boys, how we feeling? Ibkis, how we feeling?
I think it'll go 2-1. 2-1.
We got predictions right at the bat, 2-1.
Yeah, right off the bat,
I
City.
like that confidence.
Yeah.
After that 5-1 against the last place team, I feel like they can carry on with momentum, and yeah, man, we need that win. We can't lose. So 2-1. It's at City. It's at Etihad too. So
yeah. So we can get into it though. So to recap the first leg, City drew Madrid 3-3 basketball match, screamer upon screamer upon screamer. City could have won that match at the Bernabeu, but defense was a little bit shambolic, and but the draw, they got the draw. That was the game plan, right? Get the draw, come back, now take it back to the Etihad. Now here we are. So boys, how do you think we're gonna line up on Wednesday? What's the tactic?
Oh man, I'm gonna go just with our number one big league. So Jack Grealish, Erling Haaland, Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden, Gavardio, Ruben Diaz, John Stones, Kyle Walker, Ederson.
Couldn't have said it better myself, man. So are you starting Gavardio on the left?
Yeah, I like how the way he's. Come on, dude, and he scored against him last game. He scored this week. We gotta keep him going, dude. He's hot right now.
Yeah, you gotta. You don't sit him after he scored in 2 consecutive games, right? This guy's on fire, and we gotta keep him there. But so you said Diaz.
Gavardio on the left.
Was it who was your right side center back? Diaz and
John Stones.
John Stones. Okay.
Yeah,
John Stones, and then Kyle Walker. Okay. All right, and then KDB starting, obviously.
Hell yeah.
And then Rodri, obviously. Grealish, Haaland, and you said Bernardo Silva on the right?
Hell yeah.
All right. I think everyone in the chat can agree. Chat, tell us who's in your starting 11. If you deviated from that starting 11, tell us what.
And don't be a freaking dick about it.
Yeah.
Try to give me Ruben Diaz and fucking. You know what I mean? Like, come on, guys. I mean, Ruben Diaz. Why did I say that?
Akanji?
Try to give me Akanji and fucking God knows who, dude. Come on, be real about it.
Be real. But chat, just let us know how you feeling. So how do you think Real Madrid's going to take it?
I think they're going to come with the same thing that they did last week, because that's all they have, to be honest, brother.
Yeah, I mean, sans Tchouaméni, because Tchouaméni got carded within the first 30 seconds of the match, so they're going to be without Tchouaméni, and I think they're just going to throw out Militao, no matter what condition he's in, because he was injured. They're just going to throw Militao out there. You know what I mean? Because who else can they really throw out there? You know what I'm saying? They're just going to pump him full of whatever, shots or whatever you got to do to
okay, there we go. I was like, where's he going with
this? Will's face, dude.
Get your mind out, look at it, Will.
Where's he going with that one, dog?
Give him the, what do you call it, adrenaline shots or whatever you got to do to get him to go out there, man.
Cortisone?
Pump the
Cortisone.
jam. Pump it up.
Is that? Are they playing at the new stadium?
What, new stadium?
Yeah, the new Real Madrid's new stadium.
No,
No, that was the first game, brother.
Oh, okay.
So we're
Yeah.
playing at home at the Etihad.
No, yeah, but I'm saying they're already playing at that new
Oh
fucking
yeah, the new one.
monstrosity.
Yeah, the one that looks
Looks
like an air fryer. Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Iowa
Yeah,
Two great
yeah,
ones.
the air fryer stadium.
air fryer stadium brought to you by what do you call? What's like an air fryer brand?
Ninja.
Kroger.
Kroger.
Kroger? Dick. There's no Kroger.
Curacao. Curacao.
Yo.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, I switched the shades. I got my Man City blue
All right.
ones on too. Sorry.
All right.
There
So
you go.
where were we? But yeah. So got clean bill of health. Real Madrid's probably gonna play the same thing. You know what I mean? We got Walker back to clamp Vinny like we did the in previous times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, should be
We kind of
good,
got
yes.
score. We got scores. So Ipka said 2-1.
2-1.
Will, what's your score prediction?
4-2.
4-2.
Oh.
Yeah,
All right.
4-2.
I'm writing
This is
it
gonna be
down.
another banger of a game.
It's gonna more screamers.
More screamers and a brace by Halan.
A brace by Holland.
Yeah.
You know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say 3-0.
Damn.
Wow.
They're not gonna get anything in.
They're not going to get anything in, and we could talk now about who's going to score for who, but I think it's going to kind of be the same tempo as the last game. I think City's going to come out and score within the first 15 minutes, and then it's going to kind of be a little bit of a stalemate, and then second half City score 2 goals.
Second half City.
Yeah,
Who's
second
gonna
half City. Who's going to score? I would say Silva. Foden.
Oh, okay.
And I'll say KDB scores.
Yeah.
Yee! Okay.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, Silva,
I
Foden,
like
KDB. Chat, let us
Okay.
know who you have for your prediction and who is going to score for City. And yeah, put it in the chat. We got Jason who's saying it's going to be 3-1 City. Danny
now-
Daniels is saying 2-0. And then let us know. We got Billy Hustler joining in. What's up, Billy?
Shut up, Billy.
Shout out, Billy. And a Hazy Bone. And then Bazit from, I believe, Ethiopia. And saying Heart Manchester City. So let us know what your predictions are, guys. But Will, you said 4-2, right? So who scores? You said Foden Brace.
Halan brace.
Oh, Halan Brace.
Kevin De Bruyne. And Rodri.
Yeah. Who do you have scoring for Madrid?
Rodrigo. And Valverde.
Ooh, again. Ipkiss, you said 2-1.
Yeah.
So who do you have scoring?
So you said Silva, and I agree, but I think Real Madrid's going to score first, which would get the boys, okay, now we got to fucking score. So it'll be 1-1 in the first half, and then I think KDB or it's between KDB or Halan for the goodbye.
All right.
I like that.
Damn.
What formations do they usually
See, we believe in Halan, not like Alex.
What?
Whoa! Hot
Whoa.
take
Whoa,
with the
whoa,
reggaeton
whoa,
noise in the
whoa.
background.
Get what the fuck?
Go with it.
You what? I'm hurt by that, dude.
You lost your
You
marbles,
couldn't even give him one goal.
Bro, well, I'm not bro. I've been standing Halan, bro.
Dirty.
I'm just saying he's not scoring in this match, right? I'm not casting aspersions on his game. I am familiar with his game. He's a good player, but he's not going to score in this game. He's not going to score. It's going to be
How much you want to bet?
It's going to
Bet me a beer.
Side bet.
Sure. I'll
Alright.
get you a beer. I'll get you your next
HK
beer.
side bet. HK side bet.
Bet me a
Bro.
Pacifico.
Tall can Pacifico. Okay.
All right,
so,
there you go.
All right. Like, no, but how dare you say that out disrespecting Halan for not scoring?
No, I say you don't believe him. You don't believe in him to score.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm not calling it.
All
That's
right.
it's my intuition is telling me that
They still got
Silva.
Doku.
Dude, if you bet Silva to score tomorrow on Wednesday, that's like, that's just like
So I feel like Silva
That's
gets up for those
expected.
Champions.
it's
Yeah,
expected.
Silva gets up for those
Hell yeah.
Champions League games.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right.
I have Foden good for a goal. You know what I mean? And I just think that we might see another minor character score, maybe a Stones header on a set piece. You know what I mean? Or maybe Diaz scores. Diaz scores a screamer. Rodri screamer. You know what I mean? So
What about
Or
Doku?
maybe Sergio Gomez gets subbed in the second half and scores.
Sergio
Look at
Gomez.
I bet you like that, huh, motherfucker? For FA Cup man to score, huh?
FA Cup, man.
I still think he's going to score a goal sometime between now and the end of the season. I mean, like City, the way City's been playing in the league is that like they pump teams and they play their other players, and Sergio Gomez gets subbed on a lot now, and he's going to score a goal. That is going to score. I know he's going to score. You know what I mean? Chat, you heard me first. Clip it.
Clip it.
Damn. Did you guys talk about how about Doku's one and only goal this year?
Yeah.
season?
This season.
This
Nah, dude. He got down. That was a pretty. We were
So-
giving him praises earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did good.
He double crossed him. Basketball move.
Yeah. The
All
little
right.
fox. The little fox right there.
That was dope.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we talked about it in the beginning.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's about it, man. I mean, I can rehash all the internet jokes about Madrid on this podcast, but I mean, we didn't do some podcast updates. I can give you guys that. We were talking about the lineup profit winner, who was Kunal, and then
Kunal.
kit giveaway winner. I was hoping that this guy would jump on the chat. Dmitry Kravchenko from New Jersey.
Hey, that's the homie right there.
That is a homie. Yeah. So he was the one who won the kit giveaway for this month on top of two other people.
Congratulations.
Stephen Walker won the t-shirt from Scotland, and then our boy Anu won one of the vintage kits, and I forget who else won the vintage. Who else won the vintage kit?
Hey, shout out to the guy Anu. He shows a lot of love on the Instagram, dude.
Yeah,
That guy's cool as hell.
One of my number one fans.
Boy Anu, man.
Shout out Anu
Yeah.
from the UK. So also one thing they mentioned in the chat is that we are on the road to 1K YouTube subscribers, and at the moment we are at 246 YouTube subscribers. So we're just about hitting the quarter way mark, and we need you to sub if you haven't already subbed to our YouTube YouTube's channel. You sub to us, go to our link tree, go to our YouTube, sub to us. You get entered in our kit giveaway because that's where we do our kit giveaways. If you sub to us, you get entered in there. Also, what do I say? I mean,
What about our Instagram?
Instagram. You know what I mean? You also got to follow us on Instagram as well at Hollywood Kippax, KIPPAX, across all social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. So, yeah, you know what I mean? So sub to us on YouTube, get into the kit giveaway. You get one of these bad boys with the crest. You know, the season's ending. You know what I mean? These kits might not be around forever. You know what I mean? This next season is going to be a different kit. We don't have the Club World Cup patch, so you know you got to get that shit now.
Get it while it's hot, baby.
Get it while it's going. All right.
Yeah.
So anything else, guys? Because typically we try to keep it underneath an hour. IG Live cancels out after an hour. So anything else you guys want to talk about before we sign off?
Yes. 1,700 1,700 followers on Instagram. Thank you so much, guys.
1,700
Really
followers on
appreciate it.
Instagram.
Holy crap. We're almost
Yeah.
at 2K, brother.
Almost 2K. Appreciate all the people that have been following us across our platforms this season, especially on Instagram, because we are the number one United States Man City podcast on Instagram, numero uno, and we're trying to build our platforms out to other places and connect us with as many more citizens. We got a lot of things going on, and we're at the end of the season, 6 more games, and things are wrapping up. So if there's anything else you want to say before we sign off?
No, I think I was probably gonna say this off air, but we should schedule something like a live meetup
So
for anybody locally.
we will be live streaming this Saturday for the Chelsea match, the FA Cup semifinal. This
Yeah.
Saturday, if you guys are available.
Yes.
You gotta watch
we
them like
will-
at a pub or something.
Yeah, we could do that eventually. We're trying to get
Yes.
to Hollywood MCFC, which is out in the Valley, out in Studio City. But we will be live streaming. That'll be our first bigger match that we've live streamed. You know what I mean? We haven't live streamed any semifinals or cup finals yet, but
Oh, for real.
we will be
That's true.
live streaming that. So at the studio. So tune into that on Saturday. Kickoff time is 9:15 Pacific Standard Time. So
Yes.
so we got Wednesday, Real Madrid second leg. We'll be reacting to that in the evening. We'll have George Aldapa on for a bit of banter to preview the Chelsea match on Saturday. So stay tuned in for Wednesday night. And then you know what I mean? We're at the end of the season, and we just appreciate everyone for tuning in tonight. People tuning in from all around the world, I'm sure, in like really, wee hours of the morning over there, because it's about 10 o'clock over here in the Pacific. So So that being said, shall we sign off?
Let's sign off, baby.
Okay. So this is the podcast that your girlfriend tells you not to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
And this is also the podcast that supports the best team in the land.
The best team in the world. Come on,
City. Come on,
You
City.
know.
Come on. You know. It's going to be biblical, man. City.
We're coming after you, Real Madrid.
We got your number, brother. All right. We're off. Have a good night. Cheers.
See you Wednesday.
59.